Hey Stitchy friends! Welcome back to Lost in Stitches. My name is Lisa and this is my channel all about cross stitch. I have a ton to share with you today. It's been about 2 weeks or so since I last posted a video, so yeah, I have a few fully finishes, I have some new starts, I have plans, so grab a cup of coffee and get settled in, and here we go. Okay, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I just want to say welcome. We have had some new subscribers at Lost in Stitches lately, so I just want to say welcome to all the new people. I encourage you to go back and look at some of my older videos, and a lot has changed here in the last couple of years. So yeah, welcome. And for anybody returning, thank you so much for coming back and supporting my channel. You all know what you mean to me, right? I just love this community. So, all right, let's just dive right in. So I have been busy. We have 4 children, again, if you're new here, and 3 of them are now in university. So we just sent 2 off this morning to their university orientation in the city, and Abby, our daughter, is just finishing up an engineering program on the East Coast in Newfoundland, and Anna is just starting grade 11 today. So we're slowly getting them there. It's pretty exciting times in this house. I had really planned on being back last week for another video with you guys, but just the preparation for school and the long weekend coming up, we had some plans. We went camping in Saskatchewan at Meadow Lakes, so I'll insert a few pictures at the end for all that and maybe do a quick little life update then, but it's just been pretty busy. So however, I did get lots of stitching done, so I'm very happy about that. I got a few new starts to go towards my 50 starts, and we'll see how that plan goes. 50 is a big number, so we'll see how that goes. And I managed to fully finish 4 things, and yeah, we'll maybe just start with those. So this one here is from the garden series. I finished my fairy garden. And this one is on a piece of 32 count, hand dyed by Rolanda. There's no name with it. It's just a one of a kind color, but you can see the modeling in there. It's just gorgeous. I love that. And yeah, this is Fairy Garden. So I finished this actually as a stitching tray. So we'll put some nice little goodies in there and have this as a stitching tray. So that's Blackbird Designs. It's from the Garden Club series, and it's number 11. And look at this little fairy house. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I love that one. So this is stitched on here just because I could not wait to stitch the little fairy house, but I am actually stitching this one, as you'll see coming up in my whips, as a complete set. So I will have to stitch this one again once I get to the 11th month there. So that's okay though. I absolutely totally enjoyed it. The next one is called Petit Coeur. It's from Jardin Privé, and I absolutely love this. I just finished it in a small 4x4 frame. So if you are thinking about doing this one, this is on 32 count antique white Lugana, and if you stitch it on that or a 16 count Aida, it will fit perfectly into a 4x4 frame. So that's awesome. I love that. It turned out so cute in the little frame. I just kind of lean it here on my shelves. I love that one. Another fully finished that I got was this one. This is not a complete pattern. It's from Cottage Garden Samplings, and it's the courage piece of they had 12, like courage and gratitude and dreaming. This one is the courage piece, and I stitched this for Pam from Pam and Steph. Hi, for her battle with breast cancer and surviving for 30 years. She has been cancer free. So just congrats to you, Pam, again. And this one was stitched in honor of her and her journey. And this one is sorry, my computer keeps beeping at me here. Sorry about this, guys. Okay, so this one is, like I was saying, from Cottage Garden Samplings. And I just want to encourage you, if you have a whip that is, you're not in love with it anymore, like I think we've kind of fallen out of love with some of our stitching sometimes, or we just, oh my gosh, there's so much stitching, or you don't want to do this piece. Just think about what you can finish up on some of these whips to make a nice picture. And you know what, I will remember Pam from Just Keep Stitching and my own journey just as much from this one as I would from the whole piece. So I'm very happy to have just kind of cut this one short, and I love the little burb. He's so cute. So yeah, just maybe go through that whip pile and see if there's 2 or 3 maybe that's been languishing, and maybe it only needs 500 stitches and you could have something that you could fully finish. So that's what I decided to do with that one. And then my 4th one that I fully finished, this is one that I finished quite a while ago, a couple of years ago, and I had it in a different frame. So this is a refinish. I had it all laced like this. I actually picked up this little box at one of the thrift stores, and I said, oh my gosh, that would be perfect for my Butterfly Dreams. So this is Butterfly Dreams from Barbara Anna. It's stitched on 32 count mushroom Lagana and just with the called for DMC. I absolutely love this one. It just sits on the shelf again. This is a great way to finish. If you're not keen on framing, or you're kind of intimidated by it, if you can lace, or you can get the fabric wrapped around a piece of foam board, this is just glued in here. So it's super, super easy to do these. I like this one that I left a little bit of the orange because I think it brings out the orange in here. But as you can see on my stitching, try to do this quietly, on my stitching tray, I just went tight to it. So you just measure the inside diameter of the box, and then cut your foam board for the fabric just the tiniest little bit smaller, and then it'll just fit right in there. This is secure in there, and I put some batting in so it's nice and soft. So these boxes are great. You can find them at Michael's. You can paint them yourself. They become a project all on their own. So I absolutely love these. And yeah, hopefully that's a nice finishing idea for you. All right, I'll be right back with my whips. Okay, let's dive into the whips. So I have been working on lots of different projects. I've got a few new starts. I've got a couple of finishes and new starts in here on some projects. So I just have to find the picture in here because I just closed my book by accident, of course. This one here. So we'll start with this. This was my birthday start from July. And I'm doing all 5 pieces on one piece of fabric. This one's kind of done as a bit of a patchwork, but I am doing it separately, or all together, sorry, not separately. So I've finished this first one here, and I'm preparing to start this one. I have this kitted, and that'll be coming up as a start next time. So I'll show you my progress on that one. And it looks like this. It's so, so pretty. I can't wait to keep stitching on this. Here, and I got that one finished, and like I said, I'll be starting the next one right next to it. It just continues on with the border. I finished this one while we were camping out at over in Banff a couple of weeks ago, so that one was pretty exciting. My next Blackbird that I am working on is Apple Orchard. This was a new start. So if you've seen some of my other videos, I'm actually stitching this for my birthday as well. I had 2 new birthday starts this year. I still have a third, but I'll get into that. It's in the to be started pile yet. So I'm going to stitch 1 a month, the Garden Club series. This is number 2. I finished this basket of cherries, which I'll show you here in a second, in August, and this is when I'm going to finish in September. So I do have a decent start on this one. That's here. This is the basket of cherries that I finished for August. The colors are so pretty in that. I just love them. It's all stitched with the Classic Colorworks, Weeks Dye Works. And then I got a start in here on the apple orchard. So that looks like, oops, I folded it the wrong way. It'll look like this. Yeah, so I love those greens, and that's just going to be so pretty. The bird with the cherry, it'll kind of tie into the basket of cherries. Very, very nice. And this one again is stitched on a piece of hand dye by Rolanda, and it's pretty big. It'll hold all 12 of the series. So the Garden Fairy one that I stitched for the little box is part of this series. So I'll have to stitch that again in here, but I'm totally happy with that. It was so fun. So that's that one. Moving right along. And then if I get the apple orchard finished, this will be the start for number 3. This one's called Honeybee. They've stitched it, as you can see, on 2 separate pieces of fabric and stitched them together. I won't be doing that. I'll be obviously stitching it all together as one on one piece of fabric. So that will be a start coming up for next time. The next new start that I've had is here. It'll look like this when it's finished. It's the Nautical Tear from Erica Michaels. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've done a Valdani pearl cotton floss conversion on this one. And if you would like that, just send me a quick email and I can send it to you. I just have a picture of all the floss. And this is a joy to stitch. The little motifs are so cute. They're just so fantastic. There's a little starfish that goes up here yet to finish off the top band. The white, I'm not gonna lie, is a bit of a beast. Just, you know, I don't particularly fussy stitching on white with white. But this is on a piece of 32 count Lugana from the Grateful Thread from Charlene's fabric store there, and that is super beautiful on there. I love the variegation in that one. The next one was a new start again. This is I will do a count and a summary of my 50 new starts. I think I'm up to 13. I think it's 13. It might be 14, but so I have to do a count to find out, because I did start a couple of other things that, you know, it'll take me up closer to that number 50. I don't know. That's a big number. We'll see. We'll see if I can get there, but I'm just having fun. So that's the main thing, right? This is what this one will look like when it's done. It's called Reflections of Canada, and I'm holding it sideways. This is actually how it goes. This is the top corner here. It's a mandala style, so all 4 corners are the same. You can get these from Tracy's site on inkcircles.com, or from any of your LNS, obviously. They can order it for you. For all a bunch of different countries. So I have this one, I have Ireland, and I'm hoping she puts out one for Italy. I would really like to have that. So Tracy, if you ever watch this, please do a Reflections of Italy. That would be very nice. This one is stitched on 18 count antique white Aida, and it is stitched with DMC 115. It's a beautiful red variegation. I have a little piece of it here. It's just so pretty. Oh, it's just so nice. I love how the deep red and the bright kind of goes together here. It's so pretty. It's washing out a little bit. It's a little bit dark in here, but it rained all day yesterday here. Huge thunderstorms. So everything is wet and fresh. It's beautiful, but the light has changed a little bit where it's not quite as bright in here. Okay, moving on. The next one is another start. It's the Bluebird Sampler from Heart and Hand. Actually, I might have shown this in the last time. I think in my last video, I had the ABC done as a new start. This is probably a whip now. I can't remember what was in the last video. So this one here is Bluebird, and I'll show you my progress on that one. Really moving along with this one. So I just need to finish the alphabet and a couple of initials, and that one is done. This one's being stitched with Valdani. I don't have the number is over there, so I'll put it down in the description box below. Again, it's showing a little bit gray here, but it is more of a blue like this. It's a steely blue color. Very, very pretty. I love it. And can't wait to get that one done as well. This one will probably be a pillow. I'm also stitching this one. I've already stitched the cuckoo bird, but I gave it away as a gift to the Valdani lady, the lady that runs Valdani, sorry. So because I had stitched it in Valdani, so that she could take it to the market in, when was that? I think it was a November market. I can't remember. Maybe it was the March market last year. Anyway, she has my cuckoo pillow that she's using at Nashville Needlework. So if you want to go to the Valdani site and you see a bird, that's cuckoo. That's my stitching. You can see that. Yeah, so this one is cruising along. I'm loving stitching it. It's on a piece of 32 count. No. This one is 36 count. No, it's not. No, it's because it's with the Valdani. It's 32 count piece of fabric from Charlene. Yep. It's beautiful. Love this one. Okay, so I got a decent moving along on that one. This one here, I'll put a picture in here of what it will look like when it's done. It's called Moonlight Visitors. It's by Blackbird Designs. And this one, I believe it's on Picture This Plus 32 count. I believe it's called Tycho. But I don't have the tag for it anymore. It's got this pinky gray hue to it that I so wish I knew the name for this, because I would buy it again. If anybody knows what this might be, please tell me, because I absolutely love it. I bought it from Betty down at the Stitching Corner, so I think I just need to give her a call and find out, because it has the white serging on it. I know that's Betty's. And yeah, so on this one, I worked down, I finished the bottom of the tree, I brought this border down, I had the house about halfway done, I finished the house, and I brought the border down in this one. So that's moving along. And there is, this one is called the Anniversaries of the Heart series from Blackbird. So there are more. I have 3 more of these. So I think what I'm going to do, because I have lots of this fabric here and I'm loving stitching on it, I'm going to take that and do a four piece. So the next one that I will do, will be this one, and it's called Pumpkin Firm. So I'll put that one in. I'll probably stitch that as my Halloween piece this year for autumn. And I will also use it to join in on a stitch along with Laura from Stitching by the Shore, because she does a pumpkin, I'll put it along here, but I believe it's called #Pumpkin Birthday SAL every year. So you just pick anything with a pumpkin on it and stitch it. So I thought that would be great to join in with her and celebrate her birthday in October. So that will be coming up as an October stitch. Hopefully I'll finish Moonlight Visitor in September. That will be October. Then for November, I will move down and do the Anniversaries of the Heart. Even if I don't get the other one finished, I'll still start this one. So I kind of have 4 of them going on the one piece. And again, this is called Farmhouse by Blackbird Designs. So that one will be on there. And then this is the Anniversaries of the Heart number 4. It's called Pink Hill Manor. So I just really like those four different houses. I think they're kind of almost a little bit seasonal. I would say this one's maybe summer. This one looks a little wintry to me. This one looks like autumn. And then maybe this could pass off for spring. Maybe. I don't know. So anyway, I kind of like the 4 of them though. So I will be putting them all together on one piece of fabric. I don't know in what order yet, but we'll see how the colors kind of line up. I'm very excited about those. I've had another new start, and this one I kind of seriously went ham on. Like ridiculous. So I have fallen in love with stitching Mirabilia. I had one Mirabilia before in my whip pile, which was red, and I was really stuck on, I'm still stuck, but I won't be for long, one piece of her dress that had quite a bit of confetti and really finicky, and it was just all grays and black and a little touch of pink. I just wasn't enjoying stitching that that portion of it, but I think I just need to move beyond and get into her cape. I'll put a picture here of what red will look like when it's done. I don't have it here as a whip today because I haven't worked on it, but it is in my pile of things to do. And now I am heavily motivated to get back to it because I see just how beautiful it is to stitch these. I'm absolutely taken with it. I've had this one in my stash for a couple of years. I've had the fabric, the buttons, the beads, the Krynic. No, there's no Krynic in this one, but I've had everything. I have everything kitted for this. And I started it on a piece of Silvery Moon Lagana because at the time I didn't like the witch halt fabric. And then I was like, no, I don't like the color of that. I stopped that, picked it all out, and put it away. So when I was sitting next to Susie at the Rhubarb Cafe, because I went for a stitchy day over there with Jean and the girls, and I remembered that she had stitched this. And at the Craft Connection, which was our old LNS that was here, she had this framed behind the counter. And it was before I really knew Susie, but I remember just kind of drooling over it, right? Like it was gorgeous. So then when I finally chatted with her, I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, Princess Elliana. Like I have wanted to stitch this. So I came home, I pulled it all together, and I stitched and stitched and stitched. And I am in love, completely in love with her. So I have put in some of her skin up here. I'm stitching that 1/1. Probably won't focus that well. There we go. And then her dress kind of comes out in the front here. So I'll kind of hold them up side by side. You can get a little view maybe of where I am. But this yellow piece here is this piece here. So I'm kind of in this section right here. Yep. And then working up towards her face. So very, 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 very happy with this. I have plans to stitch the Cathedral Woods Goddess because I absolutely love this huge stand of trees called Cathedral Grove on the way to Tofino. Every time we go to the coast, we stop at this grove of trees and do the walk, and there's huge cedars and trees in there. And this Mirabilia, I'll put a picture of it here, reminded me of that. So I just really want to stitch that one as well. So I will finish Princess Elliana before I start another one, and I want to progress on red. But I'll be getting the pattern for that one just to have it in my stash. All right, so I'm kind of tucking everything down here. I have 2 more whips. So this one was also a start. This is a Mill Hill kit. Now, this is the first time you've ever seen this on my channel. It is the first time I have ever stitched a Mill Hill kit. And I'm really, really happy with it. It has the canoe. I'm just going to do it to commemorate our trip to Powell River this year and the canoe route that we did as a family vacation. So I'm stitching this one for Paolo. So this one is going to sit in his office when it's done. It's full coverage, and I've reached the border here and the bottom here. It probably comes to about here as well. So it's not huge. It'll be 5 5¼ square when it's done. So this will fit nicely into a 6x6 frame. Now, if any of you stitch mill hills and you're wondering how to do holding the paper, because I can't hold on to it with my hands, it's too hard for me. So when I was at a retreat last year, and then again this past time at the Rhubarb Cafe, my friends there, Jen and sorry about that. Everything was going to start to fall over here. Oh my God. And this hesitation of like, ooh. So anyway, this one is, like I was saying, at the Rhubarb Cafe, a couple of my friends, Jen and Cheryl, were stitching on Mill Hill. And they attach their perforated paper like this with just a little running stitch, or I use the blanket stitch, to an old piece of t-shirt or jersey, any kind of fabric that you have like this. It's just stretchy t-shirt fabric. So I'll take it off of the Q-snap, but out of the little grime guard, and you can kind of see it's just a piece of t-shirt. So now, how you're going to be wondering, how do you do this? Because it's very difficult to hold these or get them into certain things. Oh, sorry guys, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. A ton of interruptions this morning. So again, how did Jen and Cheryl do this, right? I think Maureen does this as well with hers, one of the other ladies in our stitching group. So what happens, you just take an old t-shirt or a piece of jersey fabric, something really stretchy that you have, and you put it onto your Q-snap. So you just cut out a piece, this whole piece, and stretch that onto the Q-snap. Then you lay your perforated paper onto the fabric, and then you start stitching. You just stitch it all the way around, right, until you kind of get it straight. It's a little bit wonky in the beginning. You have to make sure you're keeping it straight on to the fabric, and then you take it and cut all along here, being very careful to not cut your threads or paper, but then just cut out the hole, and then you're left with a very tight, very secure piece of perforated paper. And then when you're done, all you need to do is pick out your threads, and you're good to go. So that one is the Mill Hill Canoe. I'm very, very, very happy to be doing this one. It's so fun. I cannot wait to get to the beading. It's going to be so pretty. I'll show you. It has like a little fish button. Whoops, down in the bottom. Ooh, stay up. There we go. It's just so pretty. So very happy with that. And yeah, that's my progress so far. Just got the little tip of the paddle and some of the water in, and I'm starting in on a rock up here. You can barely see those stitches on the brown paper. So that is, the name of it is called Canoe Ride. It's Mill Hill 14-2421. If you're interested in that one, you can take a screenshot there. That works. There you go. Okay, so that is that one. Let's just swap it out. And the next one, it will look like this one. It's finished. It's from Stitches So Beautiful on Etsy. That's where I bought the pattern. And it's my stained glass lighthouse, and this is my progress on that one so far. This one I am putting in 300 stitches per day. Now I've gotten behind a little bit on this. I've probably missed, I would say, 6 or 7 days now. I've caught up on some that I missed, but I'm still probably behind about maybe 2,000 stitches for my goal, because I want this finished for next year for my birthday. So I started it on July 29th of this year, when I got my results back from my CT scan and everything was good. So if you want to know more about that story, just go back and watch a couple of videos ago. I give a pretty good update. So yeah, this is where it is now. I'm just filling in the yellow here. I'll probably finish this section here today, I would say. And I'm trying to get a lot of the black in. Like all of this section here will be black. This whole thing here is black, and all of this here is black fill in now. So if I can keep the black structure going. Like even here you can start to see where it's forming out for the next stained glass on this side. That's really motivating for me. They're like little mini finishes when you kind of finish off one of these, and there's no ninja stitches left in here now. That part is all completely filled in. It's on a piece of 18 count white Aida, and I've just gridded it myself with a water erasable pen. I've used these for all of my things, so you can see that this is sorry, the mailman just came. Yeah, you can see that this just goes out by 10 by 10 grids. So I can also do a demonstration for this. It might take me a little bit because my pen, I'm looking for another pen. This one, as you can see, is a little bit weak. So I do need to get another new pen. So I'll show you what, and maybe in 2 videos from now, if I find one, then I can show you what the pen looks like, and I'll do a demo of how I do my gridding. I've been asked for that in the past, and I don't think I've put it into a video yet. So we can do that. So that is stained glass Lighthouse. Again, this is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I'm just coming down this side. Okay, oh my God, the dogs are crazy today too. So sorry for all the interruptions, but it's just been one of those busy weeks. Hang on. Okay, so have you guys ever been home by yourself, but there's just a steady stream of interruptions? I have no idea how this is happening, but it has been one thing after another since I've hit record on this video. It's been somebody delivering something, the dogs are going nuts, the coffee machine was ready, the laundry downstairs chimed, and one of the kids just came home from school because they forgot something. It's this is life, right? It's real life here, people. So it's all good. Anyway, I'm going to get into some of the things that I have kitted that I would really like to start. It's for my 50 new starts. I have joined in along with Sally from Flossy Sews and Grows and Sarah from Sew Me Sarah. Hi, girls. They're doing a Fun for 50 SAL. So definitely go and check out their channels. They're doing it for real. Like they're on number 34, 35, something like that. So last year, before I took a break on my Flosstube, I really wanted to do this along with them. So I am trying to still just enjoy doing some starts. I'll say it that far. I'm going to try to get all of the starts done that I want to get done. This may not happen because it's a lot. And when I start something, I really like to enjoy starting it. Like, as you can see, my Elliana, as I start, I want to just keep going at it. And the Bluebird, like, it's halfway done. And so I can't just start something with 100 stitches. For me personally, and a lot of people do this, and it's totally fine. It's your stitching, right? But for me, I really like to kind of get into it and get a good chunk of it done. So doing 50 starts that way is challenging. And what I was finding is that, and let me know down below if you've ever felt this, I started to feel some pressure from my stitching. I was like, how is this stressful? I'm like, oh my God, I need to start all these things. And no, I am just going to breathe and enjoy my stitching. My stitching is very, very important to me. It's like my therapy. I need it for meditative time, for quiet time, just hearing the thread go through the fabric. I think just thinking about that makes me happy, right? So I need my stitching to be calm, and I need to keep enjoying it. So I am going to start all the things because I have so many patterns that I am in love with and so much stashed that I just want to get started. So there will be no big push to the finish for a 50 or anything. As long as I'm enjoying it, that's what matters to me. So I have a couple more that I really, really, really want to start. There's a whole bag downstairs, and they'll all get done in their due time. It's coming, right? This one is Mighty Acorn. I've shown this one to you quite a few times. I haven't, to be honest, pitched in my house long enough in the last several weeks to be able to start this. That's it. It's kitted up. It's in a little container there. It's ready to go, and just haven't put needle to thread yet. So this will happen it will come. And it says, mighty oaks from little acorns grow. And I'm going to stitch this one for my son, Caden, because he has grown into such a lovely, big, strong young man from my little boy of 17 years ago, right? My baby. The next one is Bluebird of Happiness. I've shown this one to you before. This one is still on the dock for a quick start here. It's from the Loose Feathers Abecedarian series, number 5. And the colors are beautiful in this. I thought there would be more blue and purple, to be honest, but when I looked at the colors and it was kitted up, I was like, oh, that's different. But they're beautiful. I can't wait to stitch it. So that one is coming. And I have this one. I've talked about this one a couple of Flosstubes ago. So this is the By the Sea series from Jeanette Douglas. So this is Autumn by the Sea. Hopefully you can see these. All 4 form one square pattern. This is Autumn by the Sea. Spring by the Sea. And again, I've shown these to you guys before, but just in case there's somebody new, so you know what I'm talking about here. Summer by the Sea is here. And I have everything kitted. It's all ready to go. These have come packaged like this, and from Jeanette, with all of the beads, and this is the embellishment and thread pack for it, and I have for all the silks and everything. I have all of those, but this one here I have taken and put onto one of my little floss cards that I make. So why did I get stuck? Because I really wanted to start this for one of my birthday starts this year, and I pulled it all out, and by the time I got this separated, when I did a floss toss on this, on the blue fabric that I had picked, I really didn't like it, like at all. And looking at this, it's actually more of a muted gray. Like there's not a lot of blue with modeling in this piece. It's more just a very soft blue. So I picked up a piece of, picture this plus, slate, I think it's called. I'll show you next time when I do a start. It'll probably be on that. But I got that from the Stitching Corner down in Cochrane. And this will get started on it. I wanted to start with summer because that was the season, but it took me a while to find the proper fabric that I wanted. So I think even though this one is kitted, I am going to move forward with the season and maybe start up in the Autumn by the Sea corner. And one of the ladies, Nicole, hi Nicole, she's going to StitchNorth as well. So I'm going to StitchNorth in October. I'm so excited. More about that after, but I can't wait to see all you guys. She knows how to do specialty stitches. She's part of the Embroiderers Guild in Winnipeg, and she knows Samantha and Erica, and the Huga Stitcher and Fibers and Floss Canada are their channels, and they're just two absolutely fantastic girls. I'm so excited to get to meet them in person, and hopefully sit with them to get to know a little bit better at the retreat. So I'm so excited about that. Yeah, and so I think for this one, Nicole may be able to help me with some of the specialty stitches. What I'm really curious about is how to do this centerpiece here with 5 different needles going in 5 colors. Still haven't quite figured that out. I need to get maybe a good video going of that, but it's all that straight Bargello, I think they call it, stitching. So that's one piece that I'm kind of like, ooh, that'll be fun. So I'm really, really happy to start that one. But I just had, like I said, I had to wait to put it on the right fabric, because after putting so much investment into the silks, I just wanted it to be exactly how I want it. So that one is there. This Redbird sampler, I have a start on this already, but I have screwed up somehow in the counting so that there's not enough room for the year and this initial. Don't ask me how this has happened, because I never do this. I generally stitch just all the way in, but in this case, for some reason, I decided to stitch this border over and come down into the alphabet and come back to the bird, and now there's not enough room. I don't know what past Lisa was thinking, but that didn't work. So I think that this is going to be a new start. It'll probably be started again after I finish Bluebird. And then after that one, I'll do another cuckoo. And then I have Ye Old Crow and the hummingbird one. So there's 5 in a row that I'll just keep these going from heart and hand. When finishes, I'll just start another. That'll kind of keep the whip count to a minimum. This one here is just the cutest thing I've ever seen from Teresa Kogut. I need to kit this up and get it started right away. Like, I absolutely love Wilbur. Paolo loves pigs, absolutely loves them. And I don't think it's huge. It's 111 by 111 square. And the size is just about 7 by 7. So he's just way too cute. Oh my God. I think there's a lamb with a scarf, maybe? There's a lamb, like a ewe or something it's called. And I believe there's a goat. I have to go and look. But there's a little animal collection here. These are just precious. So love the pig. Have no idea where I'm going to hang that, but you know. I have 2 more of the button and beads. So this continues on from the canoe. And I think I showed these in haul the last time. They're planned for starts. As soon as the other one is finished, I'll pick up one and then I'll pick up another. So that'll keep my whip count down a little bit and kind of get me into finishing them. But I would like to have a mill hill going all the time. And this one is also in the queue, sticks. I showed it last time. This one is Mill Hill, let's see, ST15-2214, Out for Adventure. Oh, the glare is terrible today. Maybe that's a little bit better right there. There we go. Go Out for Adventure. This one's a little bit bigger. Sorry for the crinkling. This one will be 7 by 7 when it's finished, whereas the other one is just over 5 by 5. So that one's a little bit bigger. And the next one that I want to tackle, and this is the pattern that started it all. If you were here right from the beginning, you know my mom introduced me back to cross-stitching a few years ago now when I was first diagnosed again with breast cancer. And she came for a visit and she had been stitching and did this glorious dimensions kit. I'll put a picture in here if I can find it. Of the people skating in the center of town and all the houses are around. I can't remember the name of it, but I'm sure you guys have seen it. She did that one and finished it for my sister. So when she came, she gave, and because she knows I know how to cross stitch, she gave me this kit to stitch because we love the outdoors and, you know, northern Alberta, and it's just gorgeous. So I would like to kind of get this snarl that's in the back figured out. So if you have any tips and tricks on what to do with this mess before you start a dimensions kit, please put them down below. I have not stitched a big dimensions kit before. I generally buy patterns and kit up my own projects. I've had this out and put it back because I just got totally intimidated by trying to organize this. So if there is a method to the madness and you can help me sort this, that would be great. I also would like to know how you guys contact Dimensions. I don't know if there's a contact on here. Maybe it's just dimensionscrafts.com. Because I believe if you can show proof of purchase, then you can get the PDF for these. I think I've heard that. I haven't verified it. But I would love to have the PDF for this. If not, I'll take a picture and do it in my Notability. But, I mean, you can see a little tiny bit of the pattern there. But as you can see, it's going to be difficult to read. So I would like to get this sorted and in a way that I can stitch it comfortably because I absolutely adore this. It's one of my favorite things that I own because it's a special thing from my mom and dad. And hi, Mom and Dad. I love you guys. and I just want to get it stitched. So yeah, I'm going to need a couple cups of coffee, I think, to deal with this, but that's okay. I can do it, right? I'll get it. And that is it for plans. So it's enough. I understand there's lots there. And I already have a ton of whips. I have no business starting anything else. But I am so enjoying it. It's just been the highlight of my summer, and I just love, love, love my stitching. All right, so we'll move into a little bit of haul. At the Rhubarb Cafe, Charlene had her fabrics table set up. So I bought maybe 10 pieces or maybe a little bit more fabric from her, but they're downstairs. I didn't bring them up to show, but it's just a nice, beautiful stack of neutrals, 32 count Lagana, a few different materials, but you'll see those as I pull them out and I kit them into these things. I'll show you what the fabrics look like. I did have to put them away because I just have a small, tiny space downstairs. So I did get those. And then I ordered from Kohana. I don't have the little sheet of paper here anymore, but I had this little bag come. It's just wonderful. So I move all over the place when I'm doing my stitching. I have a stitchy spot on the couch. I stitch here at my desk sometimes. If it's nice outside, I'm in the backyard stitching. There could be times I'm sitting on my bed stitching. I am downstairs at my desk. I may be in the spare bedroom on the chair. I'm all over the place when I go to find a comfortable spot to stitch, wherever it's quiet in the house, wherever the dogs are not going crazy, and wherever the teenagers are just calm and mellow. That's basically where I'll just pick to go and stitch. So what's happening is that I'm walking around with a pile of stuff, from a project bag to my Lowry stand to you name it. So I got this little bag from Kohana. It's their waxed little tote, and it is fantastic. I haven't used it yet because I wanted to show you guys. And then I got this little container that goes inside, so that can just hold some little accoutrement from from all of our stitching. I also got this little holder. It's a mini version of it, and this was just too cute not to have. I love it. But it's going to just sit inside of, I'll hold it up first. It's just going to sit inside of the bag. It's just a little simple one. And that is also going to just sit inside of the bag. So it kind of looks like this. I can have some of the bigger things down the side. All of the small tiny things are in here, extra needles and whatnot. And this is going to be for scissors and seam rippers and all that. So this is my bag that I am just going to tote around everywhere with me with all of my things in it. And then I don't have to worry about where things are. I also got 2 of these needle rests. I have one white one already. These are fantastic. They're ceramic. I haven't taken them out of the packaging yet, but I got a white and a blue one. So those are super, super nice. And I got another little pair of the Kohana mini snips with the blue tassel. So there's a few little gifts in here too that I'll be giving away. And then they sent these cute little buttons with the order. So that was my big spending for this month. I picked up, while I was at the Rhubarb Cafe, our stitchy store, Mr. Frame, came and set up like a mini shop. So I'll put across here where it is. I think it's Wonderland Crafts, but they're from the Ukraine. These are bead holders. So getting into the Mill Hills and the Mirabilia and a few different projects, I picked up 2 of these. These are wooden. This one already has beads in it. I just wanted to show you guys what it would look like. This is the Mill Hill beads. You can see I can hold it straight up and down, and they don't come out. I don't think I would, because there's just 2 magnets that hold on a cover. Okay, I'll show you how that works. I don't think I would just throw this down into a bag with all of the beads in it, because this cover is nice, and it is fairly strong. Like you can see, there's a little bit of magnet there, but if this got slid off, I think your beads are gonna just go everywhere. It doesn't lock. So it's really for just having it when you're at your desk and you're doing your beading. You can just have this and then just lay it to the side and pick it up again when you're doing your beading again. But these keep all of the different colors of beads separated. They're beautiful. I'll just take the cover off so you can see the workmanship of this. They're wonderful. Yeah. And again, they I got it from my Stitchy store. She had a few there, but you can actually order directly from these people over in at Wonderland Crafts, and they have all kinds of different beading organizers and woodworking things. So it's definitely worth a look to go and check that out. The Canadian conversion wasn't too bad on exchange, but I did have to pay, I think it was $20 for shipping. So to Canada. The US could be different, I'm not sure, but you can put it in, they'll give you an estimate, you place an order, and then they send you an invoice that you pay to them through PayPal, and then they'll ship an order if you want that. So that's okay. I've ordered a couple more of these for gifts, and yeah, that's just a couple little things coming. The other thing that I found, and thank you to Linda for telling me about this, I'm so excited, was the Makeify marketplace, and I'll put the name here again. It's out of California, so if you live in the US, this is amazing. I think you're gonna love this too. But even if, especially maybe if you live in Canada, they do free shipping, and these books were like $7, $8, $10 each. I'm so excited. Makeify Marketplace, they have all kinds of books. This one is an encyclopedia of classic and vintage stitches. It's so pretty. It's got everything in here from how to do different stitches, very clear color examples, right? Different ways of doing stitches. I just really like it. And the reason that I picked this one up, it's not necessarily all about cross stitch, but you can see there's different projects. I want to do some more wool applique, and I thought that learning how to do these different knotted stitches, right, it's all in here. I thought that this book may help me on that journey and learning some new specialty stitches. So, you know, got to keep that brain going. So that one, it was, I believe, $10, don't quote me, but free shipping. So this next one is called Autumn Bouquet. It's called Patchwork and Applique Quilts. So you can just make fabric, most of you probably know this, but like fabric applique, wool applique on felt. My mom is a huge quilter, so definitely inspired to give some of this a try. I don't think I'll be diving right into quilting, but I would like to be able to make like maybe a little table runner or a mug rug. Let's start there and just see what comes up. But this one is glorious. Look at some of the things that are in here. It's so pretty, and I thought this might be something that my mom would actually enjoy looking over with a cup of coffee. There's just beautiful pictures in here. So I have that one. And this one here is the one that Linda recommended that she bought, and it's called Bowl Me Over. It's a bowl of tiny pillows, and this one is all wool felt applique. And it comes with, I won't show too much, but there's like, you know, the patterns are in here, right? So it's just a really, really nicely done book, and it's from the Patchwork Place. Again, I think it was $7 or something. Beautifully bound book. Really, really pretty. I love these for just quiet afternoons when there's nobody around. And oh, 1 second. See? More. Okay, I'm back. So I have one more thing. This one is called The Best of Buttermilk Basin. And this one is a beautiful store that's in the U.S. Can't exactly remember the state that it's in now. I'd have to look that up. Or if there's multiple of them. I think it's just one. But anyway, they do all of like wool applique, quilted patterns. And this book has a huge amount of patterns in it. Like it's the actual patterns for things. And stories about the designers, different things that you can complete. So just starting out, I thought that this would be a beautiful way to try it. Like there's a one here like with a bird and the scalloped circle, and so this one has tons and tons of great ideas in it. So when I'm finished my strawberry bowl and that I have downstairs, I'm going to pick something from here and get the materials and give that a shot too with the hand stitching. It's been really fun. So Yeah, so I do have these books. They're just, nice little coffee afternoons, especially as the winter comes in here. There'll be lots of time at home to enjoy that. So that's all that I have to share with you guys today. I'll end this up with a few pictures at the end for a little bit of a life update. Like I said, we have the kids gone back to school. We have 3 in university now and 1 in grade 11. So like I say, we're getting there, and they're super excited and happy to be going to school. And it's such a change when you get them off to post-secondary. They actually have made the choices to go and do these things, right? So I find that's it's just a beautiful time in their lives. They're so excited to try new things and meet new friends and new groups, and a little bit scared, right? So, but we gotta kind of keep them moving along here. So, they're doing great. They're loving it, and yeah, all the best to them for sure, and in the coming months as they start in on their university careers here. We did go camping over the long weekend. As I mentioned, we went to Meadow Lakes Park. I'll put in a few pictures at the end. I'll put one here just so you kind of get to see the sunset over the beach where we camped. So we had a campsite, and you could walk down through this little trail, and you came up over the rise, the bank, and it was just this glorious crystal clear, clean beach and crystal clear water. And it's up in the boreal forest in northern Saskatchewan. So just absolutely beautiful. It's the first time I've actually spent any time in Saskatchewan. We left the park on Saturday afternoon and drove back into a little tiny town called Good Soil, Saskatchewan. So if you're from the West, you may know this. Apparently a lot of people know this little town. It was our first time even hearing about it or being there. And we stopped into a place called the Sunshine Cafe. Again, I'll put in some pictures here as I'm chatting. And we had some coffee and pie and ice cream, and chatted with the lady that owns the place and her husband. Just beautiful, beautiful small town business. So then we ran over to the co-op and got a couple of things that we needed for dinner. And then, sorry, Buddy's here, our little dog, our big dog. And then when we were walking back to the car, we heard this uproaring laughter, right, coming from a little pub that was around the corner. So we said, hey, it's a really nice afternoon. Why don't we just stop in for a beer? So we went into this little pub, and I'll put in, again, like I say, I'll put in some pictures and videos here. They were playing, at the end maybe, but they were playing this game called Bones. And you had to throw, it was made of what was supposed to be horse bones traditionally, but these were a ceramic mold of them basically, and they were all lined up, and you had to throw this thing underhand overhand would be a little sketchy, underhand, and try to knock down the opponent's things that they had standing up along to the side. So Pal and I went in and picked up a beer at the bar and went out and stood on the patio and started watching. It was all locals. We were the only people that weren't from the area, I would imagine. And just started watching them play and, enjoying the sunshine. And one of the guys came over to us and he was like, hey, you're not from here, but are you interested in playing? Like, where did you guys come from? And so he chatted with us for about 5 or 10 minutes and then invited us into this to have a game within the tournament. So we got to play Bones in Saskatchewan, which is a big cultural thing for them. It's been going on for years and like decades and decades. Over there, and I just thought that was just so genuine and inclusive, and it was just so fun. So I'll like I say, I'll put in some pictures and videos and things of that, and it was just a lovely afternoon. And then after that, we just went back to the campsite and had, I stitched most of the evening, and just kind of had a relaxing weekend. But we got home last night, and so again, I apologize that I didn't get a video up last week, but between preparing for the camping trip, the long weekend, Paolo was off for a couple of days, and getting the kids all ready for school, it just wasn't There was just no time. So again, thank you for watching and for being here with me, and thank you for joining in on the Lost in Stitches community. Please leave a comment below. I try to get back, and again, I'm probably missing some now from the last one, but I try to get back and leave a comment for everybody that comments on the videos. And certainly if you have any questions for me about stitching or about me or anything that you have questions about, just leave it below and I'll answer some of them in the upcoming videos. So with that, I will say goodbye and happy stitching, and thanks so much, guys. Talk to you soon.